Oh my God. All right. So you know what, guys? I'm sorry that I'm late, right? But let me just do this, okay? So last night I'm watching this game and I'm confused. I'm like, did the referee did he just start it again? I'm checking the time. Did it? What was going on? Okay, so for those of you who missed this game, let me tell you something. Last night we saw Tunisia versus Mali, but the game was marred with controversy and chaos. Okay, now here's this. This referee from Zambia is a good referee, but you know, sometimes some of the decisions that he has made during his officiating times have been questionable, all right? Have been questionable. Before I even get into, yesterday's game, I would like to tell you that this is not the first time this referee from Zambia has been in some controversy. He was in controversy in 2018, and he was, temporarily suspended by CAF. So we don't know. But anyway, here's the thing. He came into the game. The game was nice and it was promising to be a very, very good game. And of course, we saw that, during the game, it was so hot. Players were sweating and the temperatures were around 34 degrees and also very humid with 65% humidity, okay? So the weather was not really very, very good. And so during the game, then he gave the players, the cooling time, of which we said it's okay, it's very reasonable, right? But then we expected that that time of cooling time is going to be added, during the extra time. But let me tell you something, it wasn't so, okay? It wasn't so. Now, we saw Mali taking the lead via a penalty. It was really good, right? And the game continued. Now, Tunisia being a big team, they were hoping that they could take away points from Mali, or even better, to equalize. So they were pushing hard, up until a time that, a Tunisian player was fouled, in the 18 area, and they wanted a penalty, of which they had to go, this VAR thing, video analysis recording, something like that. And then they ended up being awarded a penalty, which they failed, okay? The goalkeeper from Mali was able to save that penalty, and it really frustrated Tunisia, okay? But still, there was much time for them to continue with the game. Yes, they tried, but Mali was just, on top of the game, right? I would say Mali was on top of the game. Now, it came to a time whereby the game was about to end. This is when all the drama started. The referee then stopped the game at 85 minutes. We know the game has to stop at 90 minutes. What was going on? We were confused. We thought it was a break time and everything, but after communications and this and that, we then saw the game resuming again. But also, remember, we were expecting the game to stop at 90 minutes and then have extra time. But it wasn't so. The game then ended around 8 or 9 minutes, to the frustration of the Tunisian team and their officials. They swarmed into the pitch. They were not happy at all, They wanted to ask what was the reason. What was the reason? Okay, they wanted to know that. What's going on? So there was chaos, there was pushing, to the extent that the officials, including the referee, had to be escorted by the security out of the pitch. And it left all of us baffled. What was going on? But of course, Mali were already celebrating because they had scored one goal and they were leading, so they were okay. But behind the scene, it went on like this, okay? After the match, the officials, especially from Mali, was celebrating on, being interviewed. The game was this and that and that. And then they were stopped by CAF, say, hey, let's negotiate. Maybe we can go back and finish that minute that was stolen from you. But then they agreed. They went back to the pitch. I'm talking about the Mali team agreed to go into the pitch and play the last 1 minute. This was after about 20 minutes after the game had been stopped, right? Now, when they went back into the pitch, right, Tunisia then said, nah, we're already demoralized. And their coach said, no, our players cannot play again because they've already showered, they've already rested. It's no use for them to go back. This is just a waste of time. Let them concentrate on the upcoming game. But we are not happy by how this match was officiated. This is uncalled. What was the reason? Please explain to us what went down. Was it the watch the referees were using wasn't set correct? What was going on? All of us, we still are asking the same question. What was going on? So during the interviews, the coach from Tunisia had this to say. I just want to quote word for word, all right? He said, the referee blew the whistle at the 85 minutes mark and at the 89th minute mark. It's Lona. He deprived us of concentration. We did not want to resume because the players had already taken their bus, deconcentrated and demoralized in the face of this gruesome situation. However, the winning coach from Mali had this to say. He said, we wanted to resume to play the remaining minutes, but Tunisia did not want to resume. The referee then whistled the end of the game. We demystified the match. We managed with rationality the occupation of the field. The transmission, of course, the ambition is to get the cup. We say it with humility and wishful thinking. And then, of course, we know that when Tunisia was given a penalty, the goalkeeper from Mali saved that, okay? And then he was voted man of the match. And also, he was interviewed, and this is what he had to say. The strength of our team has been solidarity. We joined hands for this collective victory. It is very important to start well. Stopping that penalty gives the team a boost. So these are the words of, the coaches and also the men of the match. Now, let me tell you something. The following game that we're going to be having was, we're going to be having another match that is Mauritania versus Gambia. Now, this game, Gambia was their inaugural games at Afcon. Like, this is their first time to qualify. And guess what? They came in and they won the game. Mauritania 0, Gambia 1. And it was a well-celebrated goal. But hey, let me tell you something. Just before their own game, there was also some drama that took place. You might want to know what kind of drama. Well, the match was supposed to start on the dot. Like, if I'm using the Chinese time, it was supposed to start at midnight, 0000, all right? But the match ended up starting around after about 45 minutes, okay? Which was a delay of about 45 minutes. And we were wondering what is going on. But of course, realizing also what had happened, at the earlier game, remember, they were playing at the same stadium, that is Limbe Stadium, right? So we just thought maybe what happened, during the first game of Tunisia and Mali could have caused the delay of, this other match. But there are many other issues that are coming in there, concerning security and everything. But I am not going to put those things because I have not yet verified that information. But once I verify the information, I am going to give it to you. So the match between Mauritania and Gambia delayed by 45 minutes. And when it was about to start again, the national anthem of Mauritania could not play. They tried it several times, but it couldn't play. And it also frustrated the officials and frustrated the players. And the players were asked to sing the national anthem, but they brushed it aside. They said, well, let's forget about the national anthem. Let's just play the game. And they ended up just playing the Gambian national anthem. It was all drama. But at the end of the day, Gambia won their inaugural game at the Afcons. And I think they are very much right now, proud of what they have done. Then we saw later on Equatorial Guinea taking on Ivory Coast, and Ivory Coast won that game. It was a fast goal. Boom! It's a score. And that was it. So Ivory Coast won that game. And tonight, we're going to be having more games and more games and more games. Let's take a look as we are now moving into the second round of these games. And of course, the Zimbabweans are also going to be playing later on and so many other things. So just relax, enjoy the games, and I can't wait for it to be, the weekend so that we can have more games coming up, right? We can have a lot of more games coming up. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what is going to happen next, all right? So let's see, we're going to be having Cameroon versus Ethiopia, Cape Verde versus Burkina Faso. These are the latest games that are going to be coming up, okay? Cameroon versus Ethiopia and Cape Verde versus Burkina Faso. These games are going to be played at midnight, okay, for Chinese time, and the other one at 3 a.m.